Are you telling me that computer is only solving random puzzle questions? Those giant, huge, massive facilities that take nuclear reactors to power some of them are just mining for an answer to a random puzzle? I call it. So the question is, what is really going on with cryptocurrency mining? Okay, this came up in the questions a number of times. Probably 10 of you asked that question when I hinted at that there might be something more to it. The only reason I'm answering this question, gentlemen, is because I just want you to keep things in the proper perspective. I do not want you to follow after other Elohim. If you're using, just to be clear, if you're using cryptocurrency mining to make money or trading that stuff, that's no different than Federal Reserve notes. However, some people I know, a few young men primarily, who are like really into computers, really into AI, just frazzled and dazzled by crypto stuff, AI stuff. And to them, this is like the answer to all of life's problems. So this video is to equip you with the tools to deal with that. If you run into someone you love in your gates who's tempted to follow this as an Elohim, which means a power, or as a solution, or as something that commands respect. Now, again, I use Federal Reserve notes. I don't really invest. I think I have a 401k someplace. I don't know. So I'm just as guilty as participating in digital shenaniganery with the modern whatever. And all our currency is effectively digital nowadays anyways. You don't use paper dollars. It's all numbers in a bank. So I don't see any moral dilemma from my angle at this time in the current context of a man utilizing this as a tool for a business, right? I know people that do that, and they do good with that. Like some of them, there's good times and there's worse times, just like investing. But this video, for context, is specifically addressing those questions for people who know somebody who's like way too far into this and thinks like, I've had people get emotional and defend this as a benevolent solution. That's the indicator. They get emotional and defend their favorite deal because to them it's the solution. That's Elohim status. So I need to set this straight. Is this really a benevolent thing? Man, I'll tell you what. I have suspicions. And to help me articulate my suspicions having to do with cryptocurrencies, I consulted the expert in their lane on this issue. If I have a question for the beast, then I'll ask the beast. So I talked to AI and asked it a series of very interrogative questions. I interrogated my computer. It did not want to tell me the answer. It was giving me the bullshit answer. I said, if this was happening, how is it happening? I'll get into the full story on video part 2. Okay, that might be on a higher level of Patreon, so I'll leave the link below, or I'll leave it in the comments where video part 2 will be. And any further discussion on this comment will be on a higher level on Patreon, because, gosh darn it, this one could be a landmine, okay? For example, I know that the Pharaoh of the United States is really excited about all this kind of stuff. And I also read the book. And I know generally what's kind of coming. So I have suspicions of how this would have been implemented so enthusiastically and unwittingly by many of us. And I kind of suspect, I would say 50% chance my theory is probably close to true. And so the computer helped me articulate this. I'm going to actually let the computer read this stuff to you. The technical details are not from me. I don't know anything about cryptocurrencies. I asked the computer in my series of interrogative questions, what is cryptocurrency? How does it work? Okay, what's a hash? What's the blockchain deal? Is this used for this? Are there secondary functions? Are there tertiary functions? I used to be an inspector in science and technology. So I know how to ask questions to get down to the freaking answer for people that don't want to tell me the answer. They don't want to tell me the answer. I know how to get to the answer peripherally. You know, Brother Saw can draw it out on a chalkboard, the clover leaf. That's exactly how that works in conversation. And so I clover leafed the AI on this deal, and there was so much information I couldn't bear to freaking read it. I just said, Mr. Advanced Intelligence, supposedly computer AI, artificial intelligence, fake intelligence, please read to me this giant thing. So the following, what's going to happen now is I'm going to play for you the computer on Zulu Class 24 was the one that initiated this video. Practical exercise, crypto mining, truth beast, revelation 13001 alpha. Okay. And the first part is my introduction that I have the computer read. The middle part is the technical details, which the computer basically confessed, and all the different avenues for how this stuff could be implemented with a secondary and secret functionality. Okay? Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of computers out there just absolutely burning it on the beginning and the end, trying to keep up with the power demands of crypto mining. Are you telling me that computer is only solving random puzzle questions? Those giant, huge, massive facilities that take nuclear reactors to power some of them are just mining for an answer to a random puzzle? I call bullshit. Because I was not born yesterday. I got a pretty good imagination, and the computer spilled the beans on how this deal could work. So I hope you find this highly entertaining, if nothing else. One rule, gentlemen, thou shalt have no other concerns or Elohims of any powers other than Papa. This is, in the words of John Connor, just a freaking machine that was programmed by a nerd with no ability to get his own girlfriend. And so nerds without girlfriends invented machines to be your god. And they sit back there eating Cheetos and Hot Pockets, hitting buttons on the computer like the Wizard of Oz, getting to play God. They're finally getting their chance at the world. So do not fear this stuff. However, the wise man, as the computer will relay, sees the danger from afar and separates himself from it. So plant more trees if you think you're going to be able to participate in the society that is probably headed our way. You're wrong. At some point, you're going to have to just pull back and have everything you need at your place to where you don't have to go to town and fight and wrestle with this. Because it's going to want you to conform to things that you are not lawfully able to do. This is coming at some point, or something like this. So that's the warning. Now I'm going to let the computer spell it out for you. Hopefully this is entertaining. It's highly technical, so bear with me. And if you have any questions regarding this topic, PM me directly in the PM function in Patreon. Rock and roll. Enjoy. Rex up.
Is cryptocurrency mining a front for quantum computing used to map human populations and establish a worldwide beast system? Cryptocurrency mining could be part of something far more sinister than we think. We, as the trustees of a higher kingdom, are instructed to fear only one Elohim. So be sure to guard yourself from falling into the snares and traps of the world. In this discussion, we will discuss the possibility that Bitcoin and other emerging cryptocurrencies may be precursors or a window to a much larger system that has been predicted to overtake the world for thousands of years. Ancient documents such as the record of John the Revelator warn a certain people of a coming test that will befall the entire world. Those who are not fit and ready to pass this test will be ensnared by a global wickedness worse than anything we have seen in history. Here is a seemingly cryptic excerpt from John the Apostle that gives us a glimpse of a future dystopia that has been foreseen thousands of years ago. And it was allowed to give breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast might even speak, and might cause those who would not worship the image of the beast to be slain. Also it causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, that is, the name of the beast, or the number of its name. This warning was issued to those who humbly serve the Elohim of Israel, so that they may know what must come to pass in the last days. The author of the Proverbs advise caution and tasking proactive steps to avoid danger in troublous times. As it is written, the prudent see danger and hide themselves, but the simple go on and suffer for it. We are also told, free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. I hope this discussion offers a glimpse into what may be coming sooner than you think, so that you can set up your family to be set apart from the world and the coming dangers it brings for those reliant on the wicked technological terror being constructed. A highly consequential possibility. Cryptocurrency mining, often portrayed as a decentralized financial revolution, could in fact be a covert operation engineered by a global alliance of powerful elites, tech corporations, and intelligence agencies. At its core, cryptocurrency mining could be more than about securing a cryptocurrency network or enabling financial freedom. It could be a part of a sophisticated cover-up for the development of quantum computing technologies, which are being used to map, analyze, and eventually control human populations. The mining process. According to the advertising, cryptographic hash functions are not solving for specific information, but rather they are generating a fixed-size output hash value from an input of arbitrary size. The advertisers insist that hash functions are designed with specific properties that make them useful for security applications such as collision resistance and pre-image resistance. Although these properties make cryptographic hash functions valuable for various security applications, including digital signatures, password storage, file integrity verification via blockchain technology, there are secondary functions of these hashes that can and are being used in other applications. Cryptographic hash functions perform secondary functions that are useful in a variety of applications beyond their primary role in cryptocurrencies. These functions leverage the unique properties of cryptographic hashes. There are indeed blockchain applications within mining that can extend beyond their stated purpose and function. In blockchain systems, hashes link blocks together by including the hash of the previous block in the current one, ensuring immutability and security of the chain. These secondary uses highlight how cryptographic hash functions extend their utility far beyond mining or securing cryptocurrencies, playing a vital role in modern computing and cybersecurity. So, are these hashes used to study human behavior? The answer is yes. Cryptographic hashes are being used to study human behavior in some innovative applications. 1. Cognitive cryptography systems are being developed that use an individual's writing style as a unique identifier for authentication purposes. These systems analyze linguistic biometric data and stylometric features to generate cryptographic keys based on a person's unique writing patterns. This type of information is highly valuable and would certainly be worth being mined for if it were possible. However, the legal ramifications to a large corporation or government entity mining for such information from cyberspace could have serious implications. Thus, it might be wise for the said entities to subcontract the task of mining to unwitting participants distributed across the entire world. 2. Researchers are exploring the use of behavioral features derived from linguistic data to detect and classify users. This approach combines elements of cognitive science, natural intelligence, and cryptography to create more secure authentication methods. This too is highly valuable information. However, mining it would take a huge amount of computing power and would need to be delegated to numerous facilities to sort through and hash out. 3. Behavioral keys, which are unique patterns of behavior associated with an individual, can be combined with biometric linguistic features to enhance authentication systems. These may include typing dynamics, mouse movements, and keystroke patterns. This sort of information could have very sinister applicability and would also require huge computing power in order to map and efficiently categorize the vastness of the human ecosystem worldwide. 4. In the field of genetics, cryptographic hashes are being used to detect overlapping participants in genome-wide association studies while supposedly maintaining privacy and data protection. This allows researchers to identify identical individuals across datasets without compromising sensitive genetic information to unauthorized entities. These applications demonstrate how cryptographic hashes are being adapted to study and leverage human behavior for security and research purposes, going beyond their traditional use in data integrity and cybersecurity. The quantum mining agenda may be leveraging the naivety of tech-savvy entrepreneurs to do their work for them with extremely sinister intent. The vast computing power needed for cryptocurrency mining isn't just being used to solve complex mathematical problems related to the blockchain. It could very easily be covertly powering quantum computers that are being developed to break through traditional encryption methods, but also, more importantly, to process massive amounts of human data. The creators of the system could easily conceal the true functionality of these quantum computers, hidden behind the mining operations, and could be slowly creating a detailed digital map of every individual on the planet. They could collect information from online activities, digital transactions, geolocation, personal preferences, and even biometric data as people interact with blockchain-powered systems. Mapping human populations is made easy with a world that exists primarily online. Every digital transaction isn't just a trade of digital currency, it's a piece of data fed into a vast quantum computational matrix. By monitoring patterns in spending, social interactions, and even political beliefs, these quantum-powered systems are building an increasingly accurate profile of every person that interacts in the online ecosystem. This data is then cross-referenced with other government and corporate data sources, allowing the system to map out the global human population in minute detail, knowing not just where people live, but where they travel, what they believe, and even how they might react to future events. The beast system is described in ancient documents as being the core of the apostate world's operating system. that ferociously attempts to snuff out all competing operating systems in the last days. Thus, anyone interacting with the world digital system who does not fully subscribe to the beast system will be rendered a threat. This beast system may very well include bioelectronic adaptive social tracking. This digital world tyranny could very well be the culmination of this effort. The beast system is a digital quantum-powered network that acts as a universal surveillance and control grid. It tracks individuals in real time, analyzing their behavior, spending habits and social interactions to predict their actions with frightening precision. Those who deviate from the approved norms or engage in activities deemed undesirable are flagged, with their digital identity slowly becoming tainted or outlawed in the system. In this emerging possibility, cryptocurrency mining, once thought to be a completely decentralized system, becomes the foundation for the beast, powering a global quantum grid that connects every individual to a central, invisible authority. Bitcoin's rise, then, was part of a deliberate effort to normalize the use of digital currencies and blockchain technology, which have now become key components of the beast system. The social credit system already exists behind the scenes. In this emerging scenario, the data collected from cryptocurrency mining isn't just being used to map individuals, it's being utilized to implement a global social credit system. Initially modeled after China's existing system, this new system leverages quantum computing to track every aspect of a person's life: how they spend money, their political opinions, their social circle, even the content they consume online. All of this data is used to assign each person a social score. People with high social scores, those who fit within the system's desired parameters, are rewarded with perks like access to better healthcare, education, and jobs. Those with lower scores, often due to problematic behavior or opposition to the system, are punished. They might find it harder to access services, face restrictions on travel, or even lose their rights entirely. This creates a two-tier society, one for the compliant and one for the outcasts. The more data the quantum system processes, the more it learns to control and predict human behavior, effectively turning the population into a machine that can be manipulated, divided, and controlled at will. The endgame, the final goal of the cryptocurrency incentivized mining system, is to create a quantum grid that isn't just financial control or surveillance. The endgame of those that designed this system is to create a fully automated, digitized society in which every human interaction, every decision, and every movement is monitored and controlled by the beast system. As the quantum computing power grows, so does the control over every aspect of human life. Eventually, cryptocurrencies will no longer just be used in trade. They will be the key to unlock a new form of digital slavery, where every aspect of your life is determined by an invisible algorithm that knows more about you than you know about yourself. If this is indeed the direction the world is headed, what are we to do? There is a prescribed method to evade such a system. Adhering to the exact details of the prescribed instructions is the only way to pass the coming test. The only fail-safe way to avoid conflict with this system is not to interface with it. According to the operating instructions that warned us of this coming system thousands of years ago, there is only one solution. The ancient commandment, as translated in the English tongue, is read as follows: "Be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." This is found in Leviticus 19:2, but its meaning is horrifically misunderstood by the religious systems of the apostate world. The meaning of holiness in the original language is vastly different than most people in religiosity think. In Hebrew, the word holy is kodesh, which means to be set apart, separate, different, or dedicated. Yah's holiness is his absolute dedication and directionality towards sustaining constructive energy input. This is the true definition of what humans call love. Thermodynamically, this is the reversal of entropy and the golden key to evading all destructive hazards. In more modern terms, the instructions call us to remove ourselves and our survival system from the corrupt and destructive operating systems of the world, to have insulation from their influence and control. It should not be a revolutionary concept to get off of the X, to remove yourselves from destructive people, powers, and systems. Maintaining positive surroundings and protecting them from destructive forces is very simple in theory, but difficult for most to execute consistently in their daily lives due to perverted social norms, family expectations, and servitude to undeserving people and organizations. How to sustain and protect a truly constructive environment is what we need to learn how to do. This operating system can be found in the instructions, or the Torah in Hebrew, of life, what Christians know as the first 5 books of the Bible. Those who onboard the thermodynamically constructive operating system prescribed in these ancient instructions become part of a closed and protected system, being continuously sustained by the constructive input of the original source of order, creation, and life. The writings that exist in what is called by some the New Testament also emphasizes the importance of this separation from the dysfunctional world. For a more detailed exposition of these blueprints and for the details of how to embrace these higher order systems, you must find those set-apart teachers and communities that have been loyal to their preservation.
If you guys seek such a community of like-minded individuals who are striving to onboard these instructions, you can join us on Patreon. We have 50 to 70 posts per month. We're going to finish this discussion over there. I'll tell you what, the solution, there's only one real solution, and that's to be separate from this kind of stuff that's absolutely going to be the problem at some point. If it's not going to be a problem for you, your grandkids are going to have to deal with this. And we need to work ahead of time to get them squared away and set up to give them the opportunity not to be leveraged by basic human needs to do something they don't want to do, to participate in a system they don't need to participate in if they so choose, okay? So, for those of you that want to join us in a gated community that has filters, and if you want to be side by side with other people that value their training and have invested in their training, you can join us on Patreon. I'll leave the links below. Thank you for all of you patrons out there who support the operation, and we have lots more discussion over there. All right, we'll catch you on the flip side. Rex out.